Hello and welcome back to the finishing line, and we are here to review all the racing from Wednesday all the way till Sunday. Tom is here, Sean is here, and Andrew's here. Yeah. So we have a full house. What's going on?
Not much. Great weekend.
It was a good weekend of racing.
Great weekend.
We have the likes of Alaho, Brighter Days Ahead, Better Days Ahead was also there, Irish Point, Down Memory Lane, Jerry Colombe, West Balboa. Sean got that one wrong. Rubo, Man's Way, Dino
Blue,
and amongst loads of others.
There was so many we couldn't cover them all. we made a list. We checked it twice. I won't finish that too early for Christmas.
Tom, how you doing?
Fantastic. Went to the races today thinking my horse was going to finish last, and although she finished second last, it was still a very good run. She was only winning 6 lengths. Dave, your horse, you have a share. Were you a happy owner today, Dave?
It was on the list and you've skipped ahead of it, so I'm not really happy that you've done that.
You've upset his schedule.
You asked me how I was. How do you think I am?
You could have said I'm fine.
You're thrown off now.
No, he straight away goes to the horses. I'll come back to you, Tom.
Fine.
Sean, I'll come back to you.
I'm great.
That's good. Sean, how you doing?
Yeah, great. I was looking forward to this episode since we recorded on Wednesday because there was an epic weekend of racing and duly obliged. So I'd say we'll have a good few talking points here tonight.
Sounds like an AI.
Yeah, there's actually a lot to go through. So I've already warned the lads not to waffle because I seen some of the comments last week with the sleep emojis when people were waffling about that fella, Brave Man's Game. So we won't do that today. Andrew has some news about something new on the website called the Fanbase.
Yeah, so just an idea out of nowhere. Obviously, we have the website, and it's probably not been used as much as it should be with all of us being busy outside of this. So I open it up to fans. So I've created a fan base page and created individual profiles of people who want to express their views on horse racing, their tips and whatnot. It's open more or less to everybody and anybody. I have a shitload to go through. I have 3 done already. I'm going to do more tonight when I'm done. So it's more or less the fans' views on racing, different opinions to us. They have free reign on what they want to write about out every weekend. If you are interested, drop me a DM on the finishing line on Twitter, my own on Twitter, or send me an email to thefinishingline2017@gmail.com. And yeah, if you feel like you want to write and get started in horse racing, why not give it a go?
Very good. Finishing line, give him back, and Andrew done a little bit extra work.
You wanted extra work, and I made extra work for myself for some reason.
That's exactly what I wanted to do. Our stable staff give back. We will be doing 3 bets this weekend. We left it this weekend so we could do
the whole weekend. We actually left it. We probably would have got 4
to Cheltenham. Yeah, we probably would have got one up this weekend. But look, I was talking to Andrew. We decided we'd do one of the 3 days of the Cheltenham meeting coming up, the Friday, the Saturday, and the Sunday. So that will be up as well. Before we kick on about the racing, and we first go to Tom, just end of the page there, the special offer from Glistian, our sponsors. So I'd like to thank them again, like every week. And this worked well the last time. It did. Tom was laughing about it, but it actually worked well. Andrew showed me the
analytics.
I was going to say demographics. The analytics for this. We have loads of people that watch the podcast that are not subscribed and don't like the videos. If you do subscribe and you do like, we appreciate it. If you don't, please do it. It's a little tick, or the little tick on the subscribe button, and it helps the channel going forward. So anybody that is not subscribed or like the videos, that's out to you. Tom, how was I as an owner of Pastoral? I was very happy, Tom. She looks lovely. She's grey, so that's me sorted straight away anyway. You don't really have to do anything more than that. But I thought she ran very well. On the head on, Dara looked after her. Ruby apologised for what he said at the start because he basically said, I don't know where this thing came from and why she's here. And then he said, I was wrong. She ran very well there. Ran all the way to the line, was looked after by Dara, and I think it's all roads ahead for the next day.
Yeah, I think so. I do see what Ruby was. I do take Ruby's point, which was basically that she's very hard to place. So as she won a chase in France, she can't run the maiden hurdle basically. So she's hard to get started. So we had to run her in a race like today that we thought there was potential that she could get outclassed in, but she didn't. And she stayed on very well. And yeah, once we get her going, we'll have some fun with her. I just think though, if a horse wins a claiming chase like that in the style that she did, as in looked clueless and then picked up and won by 9 lengths, she's a fantastic pedigree. Like, you just got to take a punt, which is like kind of our angle on horses like that in France. Shout out to Nat, who spotted her in the claimer, and I immediately said yes. So yeah, no, you just got to take a punt on them. They're hard to get started, but yeah, if they run like her, fantastic. So yeah, we'll see. We'll have a chat with Henry. He was delighted. Dara was delighted. And yeah, if you look at the Pimlico Twitter, actually, and our social media, we put up Dara's views after the race. We just thought it might be interesting. You know, not a lot of people. You get the winning jockeys' views, which are always very straightforward normally. But yeah, no, we thought it might be interesting for you to hear from a jockey who got beaten on one, but was promising and shows that she's got a nice future. So have a look at our socials for that. But yeah, Dave, I'm glad your one before with Andrew was shown, and she won 2 for us. So yeah, I'm glad you're back in. I'm glad you're happy.
Yeah, I'm very optimistic. Pastoral will also win 2 or maybe more races. She's only a baby, so I think there's lots to look forward to.
It's hard to keep you happy. So
yeah, she's gorgeous though. I put a picture up of her today, and many people said, "Isn't she just lovely?"
She's gorgeous.
She is
lovely.
It's the great thing.
Running around.
A shout out to PC. It's PC Equine Photos or PC Equine on Twitter. But he gets some great pictures. He lets us use them. He lets us use them on our Twitter. And he got a great one of her today. So yeah, shout out to him and thank you very much.
Before we kick on, a few comments there. What's wrong with Graham Lee? Graham Lee,
That's what I had to say. What happened to Graham Lee?
Former jump jockey, now a flat jockey, was unseated at Newcastle on, I think, Friday night, and he is in intensive care as of yesterday.
Bad?
With his neck, so it didn't sound good. And as far as I'm aware, there was no more statements.
Matt Chapman just put a statement up that there's potential damage to his spinal cord, so it doesn't sound fantastic. So yeah, it sounded
pretty bad by the statement yesterday. The Injured Jockey Fund took over and gave a statement, and we haven't heard anything just till Tom was saying there. So fingers crossed for Graham Lee. I think he won the Grand National on Amberley House many moons ago. And he's a very good jockey, well-known jockey, so fingers crossed that he's okay and perhaps it isn't as bad as it sounds. I'm going to Cheltenham. Give me a winner. We'll have our podcast on Wednesday before we head off on Thursday. So we'll try and find you a few winners for that. And Dysart Enos Tuesday, Dave. Looking forward to seeing Dysart Enos. The form of that bumper is quite strong, but we'll talk about brighter days ahead as well. First and foremost, Allegory Devassi is first on the list. Clonmel last week. For me, she's still a bit awkward, and maybe first time up is the time to catch her. Like last season, it seemed to be her best run. I know Tom likes Mascada for the Mayor's Chase, and I'll be honest, I have a small €3 bet at 25 to 1 myself. I was bitterly disappointed with Mascada. Although she probably didn't run anywhere near her form, the way she dropped away was just, I was disheartening, to be honest. So I would say I think my bet's gone out the window for the Mayor's Chase anyway. Allegory ran well though. The other Mullins filly, Onsty, looked like she was pregnant, and I thought she ran well too. But I don't think any of these will win the Mayor's Chase, Andrew.
No, I don't think so either. Well, Allegory, if they plan her different this year, and like she was giving lumps of weight away to majority of them, to Mascara and whatnot.
She was, but she's still lunging to the side.
There's always going to be an issue, and I made a massive point about it last year.
She's going right-handed at Clonmel, and she was still jumping right-handed.
When she's going right-handed, she jump left-handed. When she's going left-handed, she jump right-handed. She's just a bit crazy. She's favourite. Correct me if I'm wrong for the Mayor.
I didn't check, but I'm sure she is.
I'm sure she's up around there. Unless they campaign her differently and have, I don't know, do you have one more run, then go straight to Cheltenham? Do you put her away in there? Do you go straight to Cheltenham? Because if you forget her last 2 runs, right? Let's play devil's advocate here. You forget her last 2 runs after Cheltenham. How short is she for the Mayor's Chase right now? She's 2-1, give or take. If them 2 runs were just, there was something up with her, they got to the end of it, they got to the end of it, they know what's up with her, and they're going to campaign her different, she's a bet right now. But surely there's something going to come out of left field for this race. Good performance. I know Tom likes Mascara. I couldn't have her in the month of Sundays. There's something about her I don't like. I can't take to her. I couldn't take to her last season, and that didn't do anything to entice my imagination. I know first run of the season and all that, she was getting lumps of weight in that race. I thought she would have ran a lot better. Whether the ground, look, she's the one on that ground. She stayed that far before. I think there's just a lot of questions about her right now.
Tom, Mascara.
Yeah, I mean, look, I sometimes get a little bit wound up, and I probably shouldn't. But sometimes, like, a lot of people I've seen on social media and stuff are judging her based on this run. It's like they've forgotten every run last season where she improved and improved. She goes and wins impressively on her run at Cheltenham for Henry. And they're judging her on this and saying she's shit, in a nutshell. I just don't think she ran a race. I think the form tells you that. She was off the same weight as Regina Dracones. No offense to Regina Dracones, and well done to them. They picked up some black type here. She's a lovely mare, but she's rated 122. She's rated 29 pounds inferior to Mascara, and she beat Mascara by 8 lengths. So if you think that's Mascara's true running, she's wrong in the handicap by probably about 40 pounds. So yeah, I thought she was ring rusty. I didn't think she jumped very well. I think she still travelled. Dara was taking a pull coming down the hill, and then she just hadn't seen a race out for whatever reason. I'm not having that it's the trip. I'm not having it as the ground. So yeah, I think there's another excuse there. I think the market before this race told a story. All the money was for Allegory Devassi. Mascara was friendless in the market. So look, I'm definitely willing to give her another chance. I'm not going to base her form off getting beat by Regina Dracones by 8 lengths on her first start of the season. So let's see what next time brings, and let's see where she goes in respect to Cheltenham. So,
Sean.
Yeah, I thought when Allegory Devassi jumped the first, I didn't think it was going to go the way it did. She routed the first, but I think they might have done a job on her wind here, and she had the tongue tie on, and I think that might help her, but I don't know. I question her in a fight to the finish. I don't know, but I look at the opposition, like, there's not much there, to be honest with you. Unless you have a 4-year-old coming through like Zenta, I'm not so sure Dino Blue would stay. I'd want to see her run over 2.5 miles and win first before you go that angle. But as you touched on, I was very disappointed with Mascara. I thought she had every right to tail in and go close to the second last, and she fell away. But getting all the way, I thought that was the day to do it, and I'd be cold on her now, to be honest.
Andrew, you had something to say that?
Just in regards to Mascara, Tom, like, would the fact that she's run 25 times with, like, I know she's improved last season, is there a fact that she could be plateauing, and how much improvement is there left in it?
Potentially, yeah. I mean, look, she's a mare. We had exactly the same thing with with our mare showing that we own Andrew. Like she just had enough at the end of it, and it can happen with all horses, but it can happen with mares more so than geldings. And look, that could be the case. I'm definitely willing to give her another shot. It's just not her running. She threw in and I haven't thought about it this way actually, but she threw in an absolute stinker at Leopardstown at the Dublin Racing Festival, and then she bounced back. I don't know, maybe it's just something she can do. I see why people are going to say they want to see her run well again, and that's completely justified. But don't just judge her off that and say she's useless, because she showed last year she's not. So.
No, she's not useless by any stretch.
Yeah, no, Tom stole there what I was going to say. She threw in a stinker there last year in the Dublin Race Festival, and I think that's half why she went off so big at Cheltenham. So maybe so. I still think if Apple Away went for the mare's chase, she'd win it.
As long as you said her name, your shoulders went back.
As long as she jumps well, but I think it's there for a bit of a star to just come from left field, like the little rat horse. What's her name? Impervious last year.
Excuse you.
Yeah, she's a little mini horse. Alaho was back. Won't spend too much time with this race because it was like a schooling gallop. But he's alive. He jumps well.
The fire is still there.
It looks like it's still there, so it's on all roads. To the Ryanair, I know people are saying the King George. I have said all year, if this horse is fit, they will not hurt him in any way, shape, or form by challenging him until he goes to Ryanair, and they'll try and win the Ryanair and retire him. He'll be the only horse to win 3 Ryanairs. Andrew?
He will be the only horse to win 3 Ryanairs. I went against him in the anti-post based on that I didn't think we'd see him this season. Now we see him. He jumps around. He won around Clonmel. He'll jump around. He'll win around Cheltenham 3-1. As Willie said when he won his first Ryanair. GSI.
Tom?
Yeah, look, great to see him back as a racing fan, because I didn't think we'd see him back, to be honest. On the anti-post side of things, I'd hold off just because he was off for so long. He's a big lad and whatever. He wouldn't be one to get stuck into at short prices for me. I wonder, will they give him a break now in a sense and go for that furthest grade 2, which he's won the last 2 years?
That's what I think they'll do, Tom. I don't think he'll go for any grade 1s till the Ryanair, to be honest.
It's not broken, don't fix it.
It's tricky, like as we were saying on the preview show, like he's always starting off in December. And the John Durkin as well. But yeah, look, I think he's missed. He's come out earlier than that. I think the John Durkin's probably going to come too soon now. So if they miss that, I think they'll skip Christmas, go straight to Furthest, and straight to Cheltenham.
Sean?
Yeah, this is exactly how I wanted to go, to be honest. I draw up 2 scenarios that he went off in front and won, or went off in front and got third and was passed. And he showed enough zest to me to say that there's a lot still in the tank there where he had gone past. Like, the injury he had wasn't like a leg injury or something that you're wondering was the ability, could it be half cut? Like, he had a blades in the body, and I'd be fully confident that he still has the ability to go and win that Ryanair, because the field doesn't look the strongest, and I'd be of the opinion that he'd be let off for a break as well. I reckon he was kept busy over the summer, and I'd say they might let him off, have a little break now and bring him back to Tortoise.
Yeah, fair enough.
Just so big, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a monstrous beast.
What's that coming over the hill?
We are going to Down Royal. The rescheduled meeting, and we'll kind of put a few of these together. We've brighter days ahead. The young filly, she must be up there now, favourite for the mare's Novice after her win. Probably needs to jump better, in my opinion, but she's a very, very good engine, and her pedigree suggests she'll keep getting better as she gets older. Irish Point was back as well, another lovely grey. I think you'll see him step up in trip. I know Tom will talk about Magical Zoe, but if there's ever a time for her to beat him, it was getting £11, and it's just a no from me for Magical Zoe. And then we had another decent novice down memory lane. Derek was sitting there with a double handful and on the fucking Houdini, and he was very impressive. We'll talk about Mirzor West in a few, but that's another one to throw their hat in for JP for the Ballymore. So I think old wee Fernie is odds on to
better
go.
and better every
Odds
day,
on to
isn't
go
it?
to the Supreme now, lads.
Better and better.
Andrew, the 3 Gordo Yaks.
Trigoriax, Brighter Days Ahead got it wrong. No problem admitting it. She has a massive engine jump. It does need to improve. She's into 6-1 favour for the Mayor's Novice now. Your Dice Ardina, she's run during the week.
Tuesday.
Appleway
is running Thursday or Friday.
Go away.
Oh, stop.
You're
Last week it was all Tom's women. This week is all my women.
Jesus Christ. Brighter Days Ahead. Yeah, look, jumping was good. She beat Barnestown Girl, who's a decent horse. She's 127 rated. She's decent form. Williamstown Dancer was third.
She's a lovely filly, that Bantown Girl.
Yeah,
she just runs well every time. You know, she'd be great over the fence.
Yeah. Williamstown Dancer third behind Dice Arena's grade 3 winner, and Birdie the Bus. I would never, ever, ever, ever back that thing again in my life. Ever.
If I had been here, when I figured it, when I found out the 2 year after putting it up, she's backed off the boards every single race. I'll tell you when you back her.
She goes,
no. I'll tell you when you back her. Punchestown. She cannot go on soft and heavy ground.
Yeah. That's Brothers Ahead. Irish Point. Love him. I think he's still underrated.
You come around?
I've come around. I'm full circle. I love him.
I
love the way he went through the race. I love the way he put the race to bed. Step him up in trip. Send him to the stairs hurdle. Thank you very much. Magical Zoe. Someone got onto me in the comments about, you won't pack a horse because Adrian Heskin on it. Yeah, and there's prime example. I won't fucking pack a horse Adrian Heskin's on it. He doesn't know when to go. Doesn't know when to stop. Doesn't know what to do. He made buzz of that horse already. He's made a buzz of 300-2.5. And then Harry Copland gets on the back foot and nearly wins the Badger Beers. First time a thing has run decent in about 2 years.
Dave's women are a lot more attractive. Sorry, Tom.
Jesus.
Wow. Regards Heskin, I didn't hear this.
Don't tell the Pimlico Princess that, Dave.
Yeah.
But the lads, let's talk really. The lads,
he's gone now. He doesn't know what to do, Tom.
Fucking hell. The lads from Let's Talk Racing were talking about something similar, about a bit of criticism. It was actually for John Joe and him getting decent horses, and they fallen by the wayside. And people in the comments and so on giving out about you can't be criticizing trainers and so on and so forth. If these shows, these podcasts, that's what we're for, to give opinions and criticize. Adrian Heskin has been a poor jockey for many a long year, and if you can't criticize him here, that they were talking about he's such a good trainer for years, so you can't criticize him. That's not how it is. It's the same as any sport. You should be allowed to criticize if things are not going well.
He had to give up his career in the UK. He got sacked from a job. And he's barely getting a look in over here now. That tells you the story alone.
Yeah. I don't think...
People think we mean this personally. It's not impersonal.
No.
It's what we see when the man is on back of the horse. Could be the nicest man in the world.
It's like Gary Neville and Jamie Carragher critiquing on Monday Night Football.
I love the way you say critiquing.
Yeah. Jesus Christ himself wouldn't have got 300-5 to win a race, though. That's not... I wouldn't even think that's Heskin's fault.
Yeah, but... Him
the other day, his head was sideways, up in the air, backwards and forwards.
He did improve. That was his best runs in God knows how long. It's just a personal opinion about his ability as a jockey.
Go on, Phil.
Don't start with me. Let's not go down that path. But yeah, that's enough of that. What you say next? Down memory lane. On the dicky. Oh, that was fantastic. I loved every second of that.
Yeah.
Wherever he goes, I want to follow him. That was eye test A++. I know he'd be probably not, but he was just on the Sally Snaff, and Derek O'Connor was absolute taking an utter piss with the rest of them. That was magical. Yeah, I think he is a very, very good horse.
Tom, the 3 Gordo Yaks.
Yeah, I think I just like to start off by saying fair play to Gordon Elliott. Yeah, to have all those winners.
11.
I know a lot of them are short prices and whatnot, but to have that many winners in a weekend is phenomenal stuff. Fair play to him. Think what you like about the man. The man can train a racehorse. Fair play to him. The free Gordo Yaks. Who are we starting with again, Dave? Brighter Days Ahead. Yeah. Look, I can't believe the price she went off at. I know I was all over Birdie or Bust. I said she was too big at 15-2, 7-1. She was. She went off 3-1. She got smashed in the market. But yeah, look, she just races too wrong. She does it all the wrong way around. And she needs to learn to settle. I couldn't believe the price Brighter Days Ahead went off. I thought it was incredible. We were judging her as an even money shot, and we were saying we wouldn't back her at that. I'd have backed her 2-1, I tell you. She is so green, lads, that I saw her walking around the parade ring, and she was shying at the boards in the parade ring. That is how babyish and green she is. There's so much more to come from her as she grows up. Like, she's 4, she's still a baby, and she's going to batter these and batter them well. She's got a huge future. Really, really like her now. And yeah, I don't know where they're going to go with her. I don't know if Cheltenham will come too soon this year or whatnot, but she's got a massive future, absolutely massive. Irish Point beat Magical Zoe, as we were saying on the show. The way they were rated, it was, and the way they were rated and the way they were weighted, it was basically a handicap between them. And I think they ran to their levels. I think that's kind of maybe what they are. If she was ever going to beat him, it was that day. But I don't think we should take anything away from Irish Point here. I think he was very good, and I think he's going to have a hand to play going forward, because I still don't think Magical Zoe is any slouch. And he's given her plenty of weight there and beating her well. I'm not giving up on her just yet. I'm not giving up on her just yet. We'll see when she gets back to Cheltenham what price she is. But don't take anything away from Irish Point. And then the Derek O'Connor horse. Jesus Christ. I only watched that replay this evening. My God, was he impressive. Could literally be anything. Derek has ridden him now in all of his starts.
What is that about?
Don't know. Derek has obviously had a long-standing relationship with JP as well. Like, he's. Let me just check this. No, Jonathan Fox, he trained him as point to point. I was wondering, did Derek train him for his point to point? But
You rode him.
He rode him, yeah. He's training some himself now. I was just seeing that was he training, but I don't think he did. But yeah, look, I'm not 100% sure, to be honest. But fair play to him. He's not going to lack in the saddle anyway with Derek O'Connor on his back. But no, he was mightily impressive. You can question the form, but he did that anyway he wanted. So yeah, onwards and upwards for him as well.
Tom Ben says you're looking very sexy. Well groomed beard. There you go.
Day at the races, Ben. Day at the races. Put on the best clothes, you know.
Sean, the 3 Gordo Yaks.
Yeah, we're starting to force some Brighter Days Ahead. I like it. Like, she's a good filly. There's no doubt in that. But that jumping has to improve for me. They went to go down.
You're kind of lying.
He's a small bit like.
You're like, by a small bit and kind of, it's like a lot. Because you don't like her.
You hate her.
I don't.
Stop scamming the people and tell the truth.
Don't scam them.
We can pull up the chat group.
Stop scamming. You can say these words, Sean, okay? I was wrong.
It's easy. I said it. It's easy. I was wrong.
No, look, she's a good filly. I still will not be on that Cheltenham train. Like,
tell Sean Sinnott you were wrong. You have the floor there now. Let's go.
He definitely doesn't listen to us in anyways. But like, this filly, look, there's no doubt about her ability. She's good. But that jumping, if she got the mare's not sort of go off at a rapid pace, she'll hit the floor if she jumps like that. She pegged that one down the back, and she done well to get away with it, to be honest with you. And then this last again, she was going out left. Look, she's raw. I think Willie will have one better. That's how I stand at the moment, to be honest with you. I think Willie's gonna have a sharper one than that. And that Bandtown girl, I don't know what to think of that. Being so close. I think the race was a bit of an odd one. Like, Bandtown girl was last in the Mare's Novice Hurdle and beating 72 lengths. I just don't know what to make of that. Williamstown Dancer, who's touchdown, didn't really run up, was she? She was nowhere near it. Beating 13 lengths. So look, nice performance, but I think you'll find one better come the Cheltenham Festival. I wouldn't be taking that short price. The second one, Irish Point, he was good. He was very good. I'm shocked he's down at 2 miles. I was surprised to see that. He showed good pace. The Stairs Hurdle, I suppose, we're going to find out this season if he's going to stay 3 miles or not. He'll stay 2.5, no worries. And the third one, down memory lane, I think he's going to be a 2-miler. He was absolutely rapid through them last two. I don't really like Jockey sitting on the steel going to the last, because if he makes it balls to that last, he's in trouble. But he winged it now, he got out, and he was full of horse underneath him. I thought that was the best performance of the weekend. He was very, very good, and I think he'd be sticking to 2 miles. I can't see him being stepped up anytime soon.
Tom, do you want to say something there?
Yeah, no, just a quick question, Sean. Is that Willie will have one to beat them? Is that Willie will have one better? Is that what you think about all 24 races at the Cheltenham Festival, or you're going to leave out the cross country?
Oh, look, he could put one out on that as well, but I just think she's too raw, and that jumping, that I couldn't be having that in a mare's novice hurdle. You know what they go off like? They go off absolutely rapid. If she hits a hurdle like that, from going to losing 2 or 3 lengths, it's 5 or 6 nearly when they're going at that pace. I don't think she'll get away with that jump, and they'll have to slicken up.
But you know what the difference is? It's November.
True, but she's done it twice and she hasn't learned.
She's a long way to go.
She'll learn. We'll see now. Dice on Tuesday. I'm really looking forward to this.
You're going to have a right weekend.
Oh, she's rapid now.
You've Dice Appleway, Cheltenham.
She needs to jump, but she is rapid. She put all them other ones in their place last year. Found the 50 was good. Yeah, Alan wrote that in as well. We'll kick on to Saturday, but before that, let's take a little break and have a video from our sponsors. Never ready. Okay, so check out Glistian's social media and website and maybe get involved. And of course, special offer there at the end of the screen for the Cheltenham Festival packages. Okay, we're kicking on.
Gets me every time that video. It just makes me want to go back to South Africa, lads. Unreal spot.
Perhaps if you do lay off the drink, unlike 2 weeks ago, you were sick for 2 weeks, and I heard what you said.
Yes.
Heard what you said about my ear too, as well. Just so you know.
What did you heard about your ear?
He did hit me, by the way.
Did you?
Yeah, he hit me. Yeah.
When?
That night, walking past me, he hit me because I was shouting on New Zealand. But that's okay.
For cheering on New Zealand.
Was that in Jars?
Yeah.
That's very mean.
Look, there's some stuff happening in that book that we can't ever talk about again.
We can't.
Do you remember, he was walking around the place aimlessly at one stage. It's like he couldn't find us and we were beside him.
Yeah, he went down to get pints. He came back with 3 pints of cream.
Anyway, they were the worst pints ever. God, honest to God. Never again. We're kicking on to Saturday and Sunday, and we have Jerry Cologne won the big race at Down Royal. Envoy ran well. Indo, not so much. And Conflated. It's Conflated, he always runs well, but by the sounds of it, and I said this to Kubo back in May, and he laughed at me when I texted him. I was like, this thing won't, he'll be kidded around, probably come second or third in a grade 1, and then Gordo will say, I'm going to send him to the cross country, and he'll beat Delta Work, and he'll beat Galvin.
The cross country is going to turn into some race. Like, Indo's going there now.
And apparently Indo is going there as well. But I thought Jerry was very good. I think probably the course didn't suit him. would have suited Envoy more, the horse with a bit more speed. I don't think Conflated helps Jerry by kind of keeping him on the
Bringing
left
him
and
in,
the outside the whole time as well. I like Jerry, but I don't see Jerry as the Gold Cup winner, because any year we've talked about the Gold Cup, in all years we've done the podcast, we've always mentioned about you need tactical pace. You cannot be slow. You have to stay and you have to really dig deep. But at the top of the hill, when they start trapping down, I think the 4 out, you cannot get left behind. And in some aspects, that's exactly what happened to him last year in the RSA. That little bit of tactical pace, and he was staying on all the way but couldn't get to the rear backer. That is going to happen again, and he will not get away with it against faster horses.
Yeah. Look, the performance was really good. Like, I think people won't give it a kind of, I say, praise that it deserves. Look, he beat Conflate as a Grade 1 winner. He beat the current Ryanair winner.
Oh, it was a very good race.
In Envoyan, who was unbeaten at Down Royal up to that point, and he beat a Gold Cup winner who's not himself anymore. That's fair. As you alluded to there, he was caught on the inside to Conflate the whole way around. You can't break this horse's kind of stride to take him out and go back around. He got the chance to do it just before the last, and you see the Stanma kick in. I really like him. I don't see him beating Galton Lachamp. Let's get this straight out there now he doesn't beat Galton Lachamp. The only way he has a chance of giving him a fright, and where the tactical speed gets negated a bit, if we have a monsoon Thursday and Friday of Cheltenham.
Yeah, he would definitely come more into it on heavier ground.
Yeah,
right.
I think the old course last year on the Browns wouldn't be a help to his cause. But look, he was sticky at a few fences and whatnot. The new course, the Gold Cup course, the extra 2.25 furlongs is going to be right up his street. It's the whole kind of synchronized things. How close is he going to be when the taps are turned on? If he's close enough when the taps are turned on, there's no one going to be staying stronger than him at the end. It's just if the tactical speed with the gallopers and whatnot are gone before it all kicks in. But that was a very good performance. Really like the horse. I just think he's going to be second fiddle to Galopin this year. But yeah, we still have to see him Galopin yet this season. But I don't have any worries that's going to be anything wrong with him from last year. But yeah, very good performance. Really looking forward to him going through this season. And yeah.
Someone said Jerry out in front in the Gold Cup wins.
I thought that.
He's too slow to go out in front.
I don't think he'd be able to go. There's always going to be some 2.5 mile or testing out his
They will go like they go every single year.
Prime example, sorry. Real whack. If he goes Gold Cup, he's going to be gone like clappers.
Yep. And then someone does it every year. They go very fast, then slow it down again, and then one of the pacer horses takes it up and they start trapping, and that's when some of them fall away. Tom and Jerry.
Yeah, look, I think Andrew is gone.
Stop.
It at least made the Gold Cup interesting. But by the sound of it afterwards, I think they said he was back in Gordo's like 8 weeks or something. Like Jack said, he took a blow. He wasn't fully wound up for this. He is going to need it soft in the Gold Cup. I know. After the race, I got a bit excited and said I think he'll win the Gold Cup. But reflecting on it, if it's good to soft, he probably is going to lack that tactical speed. But if it's a soft ground Gold Cup and it turns into an absolute slug war of attrition, he's my winner. So let's see what happens. But I do think he is going to need to turn soft. But he was great the other day. Envoy, God, I was roaring for him. I was absolutely roaring for him, and I thought he had it. But fair play to him. He goes out with his heart and his heart and seat, and he goes out on his shield even up and down Royal. And just on Indo, that'll be interesting and conflated in the cross country. Somebody said they need to make that they need to make that race a handicap, or it's going to turn up as a race for Gold
Tom,
Cup.
I said it to Andrew today. This should take over instead of them veteran chases. It'd be so much better.
Yeah, it's basically a veteran's chase now. But no, just on
Fantastic.
it though, fair play to Henry. I think he's placed him very well. We all know how hard it is to win with horses who've won a Gold Cup, and he's after winning 2 Grade 3s in the last 2 years of him. I think he's done very well to do so.
Just on Envoy, that does his chances no harm whatsoever. He just turns up at Cheltenham again for Ryanair. Because he's just he's proven that he can throw that run behind him and turns up at the tracks he really likes and go really close to getting bet by a Gold Cup contender.
He's getting long in the tooth now, unfortunately. Sean, Jerry, you laid him.
I did lay Jerry, and I thought going to the last, I was probably going to get the better of him, but it wasn't the case. He done extremely well. He was on the outside of Conflated going to the second last, and he managed to switch around and come back and get them. He done very good. I didn't think he was able to do it from the last. I don't have him as a Gold Cup winner, but you've touched on that tactical speed. I can't see a world where he's able to outdo. I think he needs to get the better of Gallop in the Champ, push on and try and hold on. I don't see a world where he can get by him and stretch him. And look, you're not probably going to see these clashing. Now we're going to learn much between now and like when he wins at Christmas, he's probably going to be taking on similar horses. Like he's probably going to go to Cheltenham unbeaten because Galloping more than likely to go to Dublin Racing Festival instead, and I can't see Gordon taking him on. So we'll go to Cheltenham and still not have that clash. So it'll be good to see.
Yeah, no, I think the Gold Cup is shaping up to be decent, as Tom said. You have Galloping, Brave Man's Game, Gentleman's Game, Jerry Colombe, Faster Slow will be in there after winning last year. Something will throw their name in the hat maybe by winning the Hennessy, perhaps. Lahome Presse is back, but no doubts one or two of them will get injured along the way. The Hennessy, Declan Ricks put up Major Dundee to win the Hennessy.
Fuck off.
Just move on from that quickly. Major fucking Dundee. West Balboa.
Andrew, you like Rixie, don't you?
Yeah,
You're
great,
one of your
mate. Yeah, fucking fantastic, lad.
That's just spoofing for bookies, trying to get people to back
Great
that
lad.
horse and lose their money. Major Dundee. He's too slow to win the Midlands Nash.
Couldn't pick his fucking nose, the light depended on it.
West Balboa. This was one between Tom and Sean, I believe, by the text. West Balboa, I thought was decent enough. Looks a strong stayer. I think she'd be better off going to the stayers hurdle, to be honest, than the mare's hurdle. The Oakshire bet the Ollie Murphy horse runs good races, so it's probably a good yardstick, and she ran well.
She did.
She's progressive. Anyway.
I'll just very quickly before Tom goes, because they'll go at each other.
I don't know where this is coming from.
I didn't think she would perform like that, turning in when she was going up next to Brewing Up a Storm.
That's the one.
Brewing Up a Storm. It looked like it was going to be battle to the line, and by the time I looked down to grab my cup of coffee, by the time I looked up, there was lengths between her. I'd send her mares. I think mares are going to be a lot more easier to win. She looks like a strong stayer who will come off a strong pace. But yeah, I can't dismiss her at all. I think she's a fine mare. She's a fine big mare, and I think she's just going to keep improving throughout the season.
I don't dislike her. I actually think out of the 3 mares, Tom likes Magical Zoe, Mascada, and this one, she's probably the most progressive. So I'd have my eggs in that basket if I was you, Tom.
Yeah. Look, I thought she was mightily impressive, lad. Mightily impressive. She was a bit behind the bridle. Again, I'd say she's trained to come on for the day. Dan said afterwards he's going to give her an entry in the long walk and see where they go. I think you're right, Dave. Brewing Up a Storm, as I said on the Wednesday show, it was just in the back of my mind that he's got an excellent record fresh. He's rated 150. I know this was basically a handicap. But she's batting him 12 lengths, and she's done it very, very easily. Like, she was definitely not a max flat out all the way to the line. So, no, look, I'm really, really excited about her. She's going to get a £7 mare's allowance if she does go for the stayers. I get the impression that's what they're talking about. I'm glad to hear that they're talking about getting her to Cheltenham, and not thinking about skipping it. They had genuine reasons to skip it last year, but I'm glad they're talking about getting her there. I know I put her up for the mares. I have covered, and I haven't covered my bet. I normally have one of these a year, lads. That I get proper.
Is
GA
this the
bonus.
one?
This is the one. This is the one. Sean, look at her profile. Like, how do you not love how progressive she is? Like, look at her. Like, I think she's class. And yeah, I'm getting very stuck in, like properly stuck in, for the mares and for the stayers. That stayers, as we spoke about, we said this on Wednesday show, is wide open. I'm telling you, she gets a £7 mares allowance in that. She will take some whacking.
Sean,
Yeah, and Aintree, yeah, she was good. Like they came around, I'd say it was a mix of her pulling away and brewing up a storm, getting a bit tired, and that made the 12 lengths. She was good. I still don't have her as a mare's hurdle horse. I have her as a stayer. I think she probably proved that. It was very soft at Aintree, and she went through that and wasn't stopping at the line. I think the stairs is the one Tom to keep covering on. But I'd say the best horse to run at Aintree on Saturday was Giovinco.
Gee, a stinker.
Yeah, Aintree. It's a few people touched in the comments. There was nice performance, but it was a bit of a farce again with the hurdles and fences. That's 2 Aintree meetings and a whole lot of jumping not done. Just a quick word on Rubo. Barcon Hill.
That was quick enough. Move on.
Barcon Hill, he'd be about the highest rated hurdler now in England. He's off to face Con Hill, or maybe if Con Hill's not there, but he's going to Kempton on Stephen's Day.
Yeah. Love Envoy's going against.
He's fast. That's about it.
Yeah, you're out in front and dictated the way you have about yaks behind you.
He's going to pick up them races, though, isn't he?
He's going to do that. He had a horse like that before. He used to do that. Name's gone at my head.
Irving.
Zarkander.
That would be him.
On to today. Tom was up there watching him. First one, Man's Way. The horse that was in behind Mirazor Zoom. Sean hates him. Bad head carriage. We're starting to get the form now, unlike it's for me.
It's for who?
It's not for Patrick because he wouldn't ride it. Mirazor Zoom. This is a good performance by Man's Way. I was impressed. And they were talking about Fernie Hollow and Mirazor West after it. And Ruby said, Fernie Hollow's head or brain is not in the right place. Mirazor West's is. So
fantastic.
That's probably why we don't see Fernie Hollow.
That's a win.
What do you think, Andrew? Man's Way? He was good.
Very good performance. Jumped well.
Still very raw.
Came out bridle. Look, at the turn-in, Rachel gave him a squeeze, and it looked like this horse were going to come to get him. But once the horse got near him, he went on again. Very good performance. A lot of money paid for him. I think back on better ground, he'll be even better. But yeah, he's very nice. I couldn't believe his price went off.
Yeah, it was a big price.
A lot of money for Willie's one. He went off 8 to 11 or something like that.
He's one of them bumper yaks. I said it. We were texting the group, so I don't fancy that. It's just a big, slow, fucking 3-mile bumper.
Yeah, a few of us had it well off now on Matten's Way today. But yeah, very nice horse going forward. We'll pick up his fair of graded races. I think 2.5 plus will be making of him.
Tom, you were saying today he's very raw, and you didn't think today would be the day, so you must have been impressed.
Yeah, I was. He's a very buzzy horse from what I hear. So I just presumed today would be about getting him settled. And he did, in fairness. And yeah, he was good. I had to watch the replay, Dave, because I was definitely in the car by the time that race was on the way home. But no, good performance. The form takes some bit of a knock. Obviously, Willie's didn't run his race, although Sean will probably tell you he did, and he's just shite. And he was beaten at 250 to 1 shot by 5 lengths. So look, the form is questionable, but he's definitely a nice horse going forward. Sean,
your turn after.
Yeah, I haven't much to add. Tom hit the nail on the head. He done it very nicely. He had the hood on. I'd say 2.5 and up is probably going to be his trip, but it was just the horses in behind. I'd say I just don't know what to make of that. But he done it very nicely.
Do you think we will see Pastoral versus Marine National clash at the DRF? And if so,
Barry Connell finds something to dodge.
I've had this discussion with Sean pretty much for 3 months. I don't think we'll see him face each other at DRF. And I think the start of that happened today by Marine National now not running next week, run at Christmas. I'd say Pastoral at that stage will have had 2 runs and maybe won't go to the DRF. But I don't think they will face each other until maybe Cheltenham.
Like that news today baffles me. What world he's living in that he thinks he's going to get better ground at Christmas?
I had to talk to someone on.
You will. Leopardstown is always decent.
It drains very well, but like, is he a weatherman now as well as being a fucking moon man? Like,
blame it on the weatherman.
I'd say that's probably covering up for something else that might have happened.
It's either something's at happening. He's terrified to go against in the pocket, and that he'll have a hard race. He's injured.
I think he's injured.
I don't know.
I don't think he's dodging things. I think he's injured and he's hoping for the best. Barry Connell bottle job. I just think he's a moon man, like genuinely. It's off his head, like.
What's a moon man?
Oh, he's away with the fairies. Like, I understand. I genuinely understand Leopardstown drains very well, but it's fucking the 28th of December. It could be snowing. We could have Hurricane Georgie. Wow. We could have no racing because it could be called off due to frost. So there's no way, like, you're better off just running now, like, while you have the chance.
Run while you can.
And like, he ran on soft ground at Fairy House. That was bottomless.
And this,
it's a whole God forbid he gets beaten.
He's by French Navy. That horse was a French fucking horse that ran on heavy ground, like.
French Navy, French. Jesus.
Anyway. We also had Dino Blue today.
That's how you really feel.
We also had Dino Blue today. I thought she jumped very well. Sir G was in behind. He was travelling very well. But again, as soon as they start racing, he makes a mistake and ends up on the ground. And I fear for that horse if they just don't put him back over hurdles because he keeps making errors when they start racing. When they got down to 2 out there and they were really turned the taps on.
You could see it happening.
He couldn't get his legs up fast enough.
He can't get his front legs up quick enough.
And you know what? He did it a few times over hurdles because I remember when we were discussing on the podcast a couple of years back, Tom had mentioned that at some hurdles he's a bit sticky and he does the exact same thing over fences and they're just too big.
Stairs hurdle could be on his cards.
But Dino Blue?
Dino Blue, very good. I thought Mark Walsh was away with the fairies at one stage when Phil Dorr came up next to me.
I didn't think
shit.
Yeah, I thought he was further ahead, but there you go.
Yeah,
she won well.
She won well. Another one's improving.
She looks a stronger stayer now.
Like, her jumping was good. I still can't get Cheltenham out of my head the way she landed on 2 fences.
Steve Barry, status red, weather warning. You never know when it's going to get you.
Wow.
Run the horse.
Yeah, I'm very undecided about her.
I have to check this because if it's a red weather warning, I can't open the gym tomorrow.
Oh, that's a shame.
It's not down here.
It's not.
It's not in Waterford, is it?
No, I looked at it.
No, it is in Clare, so my in-laws can't go home.
No, it's just upgraded to 14 counties, not 3.
Really?
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah, she's decent mare. She won well. Would you want to back her in a mare chase? No. I still probably back Impervious in the hope that she'd be back. Unless she's out for the season. What am I on about? Sorry.
That's how much you hate Mascada.
Yeah,
you'd rather back Impervious.
Yeah.
Impervious.
I have no idea what to make out of the mare's chase. That's being honest. Totally honest with you right now. No idea what to make out of it.
Wide open. Don't roll out Mascada. It's wide open. Don't roll out Mascada.
Anybody else?
I wouldn't rule out anyone, Tom, at this stage because God only knows who's going to win it.
Anybody else have anything to say about Dino Blue before we go on to our eye catchers, our yak, and our performance of the weekend?
I think she's in. Yeah, go on, Tom.
No, she was good. Would have been interesting if Sir G stood up. I think Andrew said there, stayers hurdle for him. I think that's what I'd be thinking if I owned him anyway. But yeah, no, she was good. Couldn't knock her too much.
Yeah, I think she's grown up and matured a lot. Today probably proved that. I still get sick when I see that she's gotten beaten in a Grand Annual off 140 and is now 155. But she settled in behind well and jumped fine today. It's just be the trip for the mare's hurdle. I want to see her running over 2.5 miles before you back up for that. But there's a horse in here, and I said it to Dave, they're doing a stint and a half with, and it's Panda Boy. Wherever day he runs in a handicap and gets back, please have your money on, because this is a job and a half getting done.
But he's a 3 mile horse as well, so.
Did not run national or something?
Yeah,
This
he's not running loads of these, like the main big Paddy Power Chase at Leopardstown. He runs in that all the time.
He's always back though, isn't he?
I don't know what they're doing. And that King of Kingsfield is as slow as.
He needs 3 miles
tar.
fast. He needs 3 miles very quickly.
Eye catcher. Andrew first.
Eye catcher, Hartwood, 310 Nace today. First run back for a couple of 100 days. Can't remember. I didn't write it down. For Henry de Bromhead. Jumped really well behind Grange Clear West. I think is a horse to follow going forward. They haven't entered in the Drimmore. I would say he'll come on again for that run. 2 fences in the home straight didn't do him any favours, but would he beat Grange Clear West? Probably not. But yeah, really nice horse going forward. I think he's one to keep an eye on.
Eye catcher. Pastoral. Nice silks. Lovely horse. She's grey. Back her the next time. Tom.
No pressure, Tom.
Yeah, I don't know about back to the next time. I might need another run or so. But look, yeah, she's very good. What do you want, Dave? Do you want all 3 of them? Or
no, just the eye catcher.
Just the eye catcher. Henry de Bromhead horse. Surprise. In the beginner's chase, behind Grange Clare West, Hartwood. He's good enough form in France. He won a listed handicap hurdle there in March 22. He only had 1 run for Henry last season behind Hollow Games in a beginner's chase. There were a few decent enough horses in behind him that day. He had a year off nearly to the day, and he's come out and run a cracker. I think there's a nice pot in that lad. He's only 5. I think he might go under the radar a little bit there. He's a nice horse.
Fantastic eye catcher.
Sean, eye catcher.
It was Lady at there for me yesterday at Wincanton. She was second in Nappersale. I think this one's going to be plotted at a handicap, and I think she'll have a big day.
Andrew Yak.
Oh, Brandy Love, for the love of God.
Yak of the week, Brandy Love. It's Brandy Love for me too. It's time to give up on this horse, gents and ladies. Tom.
I'm going to go King of Kingsfield. He's got beaten last twice now. Beaten last twice now, 2-5 and 8-11. I know you're saying he needs to go up and trip. That's all well and good, lads. But he's beaten a horse that's right 109 by a neck there today. Can't have him. I think he's going to be a flop of the season.
Yeah, he gives up fairly easy too. Sean.
Yeah, Tom hit the nail on the head. King of Kingsfield. He can do whatever he's doing at home, but he's not bringing it to the track, so he's the Yak of the week.
Andrew, performance of the week.
Jerry C. Thought it was very good for first run of your season coming out of Novice Company to run and win a Grade 1 against some very good horses. So Jerry Club.
Mine was a horse I liked last year, and I was surprised he didn't win the first day over fences. But Nappers Hill, I thought he was mustard jumping. Mm-hmm. It was one of those jumping performances now that just got me. He got me wet.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Tom.
Wow. Jesus.
Jesus Christ. Mine's going to be Grange Clare West.
He was very good too.
He was a horse who cost a lot of money. He cost 430 grand. He had his big long injury break. He came out and won a maiden hurdle, and then it just didn't happen for him in Grade 1s last season. But this looked different gear. He looks to improve for a fence. And yeah, I was mightily impressed with him. As I say, Hartwood is my eye catcher. And Corbett's Cross there back in third probably needs to jump a little bit better, but he's a very good horse, and Grange Clare West won as he liked, so very, very impressive.
I'm over 30 with him. I'd love to see him give him breaks between his runs.
Yeah,
nice break.
I'd say you're probably not wrong there, Sean.
He was very impressive today. He jumped unbelievably.
It made it look really.
He would have won. He would have won further than he did if there was jumps down the home straight, because he was unbelievable. Sean, performance of the week.
Yeah, I have 2 of them. I couldn't really split them, to be honest with you. The Gordo horse down memory lane, I thought he was epic. I didn't think he had that sort of speed over 2 miles. I'd hope to see him running in the race at Fairy House. What's it called? The Royal Bond. And Giovinco. I thought he was very, very good. He jumped well and gave them 18 pounds and sprinted up that straight. I'm very excited by him.
Jumped them 3 fences as well.
There was loads of performances. Some we missed out on. Stay Away Faye, Giovinco, but
Stay Away Faye, I like that. That's Brown Advisory, Brown Advisory wrote all over it.
Yeah, he lacks a bit of tactical pace as well.
You don't need it in that.
Yeah. That
Yeah.
that Apple away form, I tell you, is looking rock solid. I don't care if it's Aintree or fucking.
Seeing you had to go with a lad on Twitter.
Stop. Just nonsense. The nonsense on Twitter. I took a picture of something today and sent it to Andrew. A fella had up that the fences that were omitted are what cost Corbett's cross in the race today.
They enhanced his chances.
That's what you're doing. That's what you're dealing with on Twitter. Like, he jumped like a show jumper. The thing that won jumped by miles the best, but apparently now, omitting those fences cost the race.
He was like Jeff Hardy back in the day doing corkscrews over things. It's corkscrew moonsault.
Like, what do people be watching? Did they have them goggles on with the woggly eyes going? You know them ones.
I hope they were watching France, Dave. I think we need to give him a shout out. Jigme. Yeah, he was.
No, we don't.
Today.
Jimmy was very good.
French horses come over here.
Stay as hurdle contender and tell him. They were two very good performances.
Jigme is very good.
Ile Francais as well for Jordan, the man is at home.
Yeah, no. Jigme was the one for me, Sean. I told you back in April, I think, after his first run, and you stole him on me, but that's just okay. It happens.
The price today was absolutely epic.
Yeah, it was a bit mad seeing as the race was favouring him. They were talking about he wouldn't go on soft ground, but sure, he's grand. I think he's by a motivator, so he's fine there.
You say what happened when Jigme won. You were like, you should try buy him for Pimlico.
Yeah.
Yeah.
500 grand, please.
That was after the first day, the very first race. He was out 2 weeks later then, and then it was always worth 300,000 now, so he didn't get in there quick enough, Tom.
He missed the value, Dave.
1-point-something million from him. As
Andrew said, you missed the value. Sometimes it pays to be premature, Tom. Not always.
He still has his nutsack. He was never going to leave his legs in the fence.
Yeah, he's protecting himself.
Very true.
We'll be back Wednesday. Preview for Cheltenham. We are going to Cheltenham. Tom might even be there. Tom should have a runner. Tom should be there. Me and Andrew are there. We're waiting about tickets because we're seeing if the Pimlico Yak is running, and we're going to see what the crack is and make sure that we're there.
You're not getting tickets now. Just call the Pimlico Yak. Okay, man.
You want tickets? You know you can do
I'm trying to keep the price. Trying to keep the price.
That's a good point.
I'm getting stuck in.
That's great.
Yeah, trying to keep the price because this is the race that I said 2 years ago. I said this race, so I'm getting stuck in. Fucking hell, if Philip Rotwell can send one over there to win it.
So I went and bought a horse to run in that race.
I literally said it. When McAlpine won that race 2 years ago, I texted Tom and said, if you can't find a horse for this race now. Do you remember that? McAlpine?
Shauna was meant to run.
Oh my good God. Shauna was supposed to run and Tom never showed up. But there.
I never showed up either.
Sometimes things come full circle, and on Friday, that's probably what's going to happen because the runner's going to run and she's going to win.
Look, even a thumbs up.
We're getting thumbs up and everything.
Here, written in the fucking stars. GSI.
Lads, Tom's not sleeping. Please stop. It's only Monday.
If she's entering now for Friday, Wednesday show will be this Tom and a fucking bottle of wine. Not even in the glass of wine.
We will discuss further on Wednesday, but we'll be there and feel free to come over and say hello. I've had a few people text me, asking me where we're going. Would we meet up? We'll be around there, so just try and find us or drop us a text. Just look for the shine. We're also going to do an anti-post video on Wednesday after all the racing that we've had the last couple of weekends. So that'll be up then as well the weekend. But other than that, thank you for tuning in. We had a load of people watching there. Keep liking the video. Hit that subscribe button. And thanks again to Glistian Events for our sponsorship.